Chaos in the courtroom. Sean Diddy, Combs supporter, ejected amid explosive testimony. It was supposed to be another procedural day in the courtroom. Day 15 of Sean Diddy Combs' highly publicized sex trafficking trial. But what unfolded on June 3rd inside the packed New York courtroom had the kind of electricity usually reserved for the stage or stadium. A vocal outburst from a passionate supporter, coupled with shocking testimony that alleged bribery and cover-ups, transformed the courthouse into a scene more akin to a courtroom drama than a legal proceeding. The day began with murmurs of anticipation. Journalists, lawyers, and observers all packed into the courtroom, the weight of the allegations hanging in the air. Diddy, stoic and flanked by his defense team, tried to remain composed. But what followed would throw the trial into momentary chaos and shine a harsh new spotlight on an already scandal-ridden case. A shocking outburst. Without warning, the tension in the room shattered. A woman, later identified as a longtime supporter of Combs, who had previously been watching the proceedings from the overflow room, stood up in the main courtroom and unleashed a dramatic and impassioned cry that halted the trial in its tracks. "Everyone is laughing at Diddy!" she shouted, her voice rising above the gasps and murmurs from stunned onlookers. "It's not right what they're doing to him." Court officers swiftly moved in, but not before she turned her attention directly to the music mogul. "People are trying to do you wrong," she screamed, making eye contact with Combs as she was escorted out of the courtroom by security. For a moment, order was lost. The courtroom, already on edge due to the gravity of the charges, was gripped by the raw, emotional display. It took several minutes for calm to be restored. Diddy remained silent during the commotion, showing no visible reaction. But the disruption left a lingering tension in the air. The testimony that followed. And then, as if that drama weren't enough, the prosecution dropped a bombshell. Enter Eddy Garcia, a former head of security at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, the very hotel where Diddy allegedly assaulted his then-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura, back in 2016. Garcia took the stand under an immunity order, and what he revealed rocked the courtroom. Garcia testified that after the incident, footage of which would later surface in a CNN expose, he was approached directly by Combs. The rap mogul allegedly wanted the surveillance video scrubbed from existence. "He kept saying I sounded like a good guy," Garcia recalled, his voice steady but resolute. "He said I could help with the video footage. He said it would ruin his career." Garcia said he tried to explain he didn't have access to the hotel's servers and wasn't authorized to release any footage. But the pressure didn't stop there. According to Garcia's testimony, he reported the interaction to his superior. Soon after, his boss entered the hotel's server room and retrieved a USB drive containing the security footage. Garcia was then instructed to deliver the video to Diddy personally. He complied, and that's when things got even murkier. A bag full of silence. After handing over the footage, Garcia claimed he was instructed to sign a non-disclosure agreement. The NDA included a staggering clause, a $1 million penalty if he ever discussed the exchange or the video. Then, Garcia testified, he received a brown paper bag. Inside it, cash. Some fans and defenders of Combs insist he's being unfairly targeted, pointing to the courtroom outburst as evidence of a broader belief that the mogul is the victim of a vendetta. Others, however, see the testimony as a turning point. A moment when the smoke cleared and the mechanics of power, wealth, and silence became starkly visible. What comes next? As the trial moves forward, more witnesses are expected to take the stand. The prosecution appears to be building a case that not only centers on individual allegations, but aims to establish a pattern of behavior, one that uses money, influence, and fear to maintain control and suppress dissent. For Combs, the stakes couldn't be higher. His legacy, his empire, his freedom, all hang in the balance. And as the trial continues, every testimony, every witness, and every moment in the courtroom brings new revelations. If there's one thing this case has shown, it's that the truth doesn't always come out cleanly. Sometimes, it's messy, explosive, and wrapped in layers of power and privilege. One woman's courtroom outburst captured that emotion. Eddy Garcia's words gave it structure. And together, they've shifted the tone of this trial from procedural to pivotal. Whether Sean Diddy Combs can weather the storm remains to be seen. But for now, the courtroom isn't just a battleground of law. It's the stage where an empire's fate is being decided.